Hello and welcome to week 11. It's all about sprays, metal, and transfers. Let's get started. Here's what I'll be using this week. I pulled sketchbook and mixed media papers, and you can use any size you like. If you have larger sheets, you might want to tear them down. Again, doesn't matter. And if you want to work on other papers like vintage papers or magazine papers, that's totally fine too. I pulled a brayer, spatulas, and also a credit card, and palette knives, and brushes. Now these are all optional, and you'll see why. It's such a loosey-goosey thing, so anyway. Oh, and by the way, I gessoed the sketchbook papers because they are a lighter weight, and I thought it would help. So I just used regular gesso and put a thin layer on top and let it dry completely. Next, you'll want to use a gel plate. Any size or brand will do. I've decided to use the 8x10. And again, if you don't have one, you might consider making one just like Claudette did a few weeks back. I was so impressed with that. And anyway, that's being curious because I don't think I would have the patience to do that. Anyway, okay, getting back to this. If you don't have a jelly plate, feel free to use a plastic or a cellophane bag. You could use a sheet of laminate or overhead projector paper sheet, or even wax paper. Anything with a slick surface will work. Remember to just play, be curious, and have fun with this. Let's talk about sprays and acrylic paints. So when I first thought about this week, I immediately knew that I'd be working with the Tim Holtz mica sprays, because what else would I use? The colors are just beautiful, as you can see, and I'll list everything below in the description box. Now remember, these sprays are water soluble, so go easy whenever using any water. And it's okay and actually fun to layer. You don't have to just stick with one layer. You can repeat different colors for different results. And then I also pulled a couple of Distress Oxide sprays. These are more, they're not translucent, they're more opaque. And the colors are just beautiful. So that will add some interest to the papers. Now, as for the acrylics, I also pulled an assortment of shiny metallic colors, and this was a lot of fun. Now, remember, you don't need all these. Maybe 2 or 3 would be great, but you know, I just have a tendency of pulling a lot in case I do feel like using them than not. So just go with what you've got and let's get started. Okay, so let me start by saying this is the part where I have some technical difficulties, not only with the filming, but a little bit with the product. You'll see in a minute. So it wasn't filming. I had started by spraying some of the mica spray, and yes, I used the copper. I found that this color shows up best as opposed to the pewter and the silver, but it's okay. Again, you can mix things. Okay, and so here's the red mica, and it's not working. I mean, I shook the bottle. You know, the little bead inside was moving around, but I am just determined to make this work. And, you know, as you can see, it's on my finger. And I keep going, shaking, and so I spilled it all over the place. Not too bad, but that's okay. And I had to laugh because this reminds me of an artist that I know of who, she didn't work with red for the longest time because it just reminded her of blood, and I could see that. So anyway, I really want to use this color because it's beautiful, and I finally have enough sense to just, you know, I'm at a loss for words here. Just, there I go again, trying to spray. I thought that would probably help, but it didn't. So I'm just adding some drips and drops, and now I'm just wiping it onto onto the gel plate, and that's fine. It's a little too much, but it's okay. So I just wanted to show you, this is a little too much red, but wait till you see what happens. And so pressing it down, I don't care that the color is getting on the back side because these are going to be backgrounds or pages. It's all good. And here's the first pull, and I love it. It's just gorgeous. I don't think the video captures it. Now my regret is that I didn't pick up a fresh piece of paper. I added more, and this is where this isn't too pleasing to my eye. I mean, the color is great and it's okay. You know, you live and learn, you just keep going. So I am going to leave it like that and let that dry. And since there's still a lot there, and to be honest, I don't know why I put water there. I sprayed water, and I think it's because I was thinking of cleaning it off, but oh well, the water's there. So now I go in with the oxide. Again, I'll list it below. The opaque, and I can't even tell you if this is gessoed paper or not, but in the end it doesn't matter if you gesso or not. So here's more of a concentrated look, if you will. Not that much of the copper. It's in there, but again, I'm just playing with it here, and it's pretty. I do like it, and you'll see it dried at the end. I thought about these acrylic inks after the fact. These are made by Liquitex in a set of 5 metallic colors and are a fun addition to this project as well. To the left are papers that I started with sprays, which I thought I filmed, but for some reason it didn't happen. So the next step is to add another layer of color with the acrylic inks and or acrylic paints. For some reason I lost the beginning and ending of this step, but I did catch a couple of pages in action. So I'll let you watch this, and I'm sure you get the drift of it all. So enjoy. let me show you all the pages that were done in the last second layer of acrylic metallics. Some are bold, some are subtle, but all beautiful in their own way. Again, you can always go back and repeat the process. You can add more color as much as you like. The one thing I like to do when going through papers is to look for areas that I like within the papers. You know, turn your papers around, turn them upside down, you know, just study them a little bit. Fold them, tear them, do anything you want to them, but this way you get a sense of more than what you see, because you never know what you'll get. Sometimes it takes just one little snippet to make a difference in your work. The final step involves stencils, and I only use them on 5 out of the 10 prints. If you're happy with your papers, by all means, just skip this step. But I thought it would be great to use these stencils created by Traci Bautista. And you can find this set, it's called Kaleidoscope, over at StencilGirlProducts.com. Oh, and I almost forgot. The last picture you see shows what I used for an image transfer. So I didn't forget. Anyway, I hope you try making metallic papers, metallic inspired papers. It's a lot of fun and will certainly add to your collage stash. So until next week, take care, stay creative, and I'll see you then. Bye.